slow, gentle flow today. Just a nice little release for the hips and the hamstrings, the back of the body. And so to get started, we're going to have a little bit of a warm up for our wrists. We're going to be doing a little bit of loading onto our arms. So if you come down onto your knees, if that's comfortable, and spread your fingers out nice and wide. And you can tuck your toes under you at the back and get a nice sort of distribution of your weight between your fingers, and then just come to bend the elbow just slightly so you start to feel a stretch through the front of your wrist. I like to do one arm at a time so I can really concentrate on getting some opening and some release in through here. So just take some nice deep breaths and stay relaxed and through the shoulder in here, and draw your shoulder blades sort of down, and take some nice deep breaths to release that. And you can keep the weight coming back onto the heels, so you're opening up into the balls of the feet as well. And then come on up and release that, so give that a little shake. And then switching sides, so coming into the other hand, spreading the fingers out nice and wide, and give a little bend again into the elbow. Start to get some sensation in through the back of the arm here. So because we are going to be doing a bit of loading and unloading onto the wrist, I do this ahead of every practice, sort of where I'm going to be doing lots of upward and downward facing dogs. It just gives me some sensation and some awareness of my wrists, and helps to sort of make sure that I'm really distributing the weight evenly through my hand. And it also kind of awakens up the forearm, so that I'm really using the musculature appropriately and correctly as I go through my upward and downward facing dogs. So take a few more breaths there, and the more you bend the elbow and the more you start to lift the heel of the hand, the further up the arm that you're going to get the sensation. Good, and then just come to release that. You might want to release through the backs of the feet as well, and just roll the wrists out. Good. And then we're going to interlace the fingers and push the wrists out towards the front of the mat, and keep the shoulders drawing down the spine, and reach the top of the head up. And take a nice deep breath there. Good. And then interlacing the fingers around behind and drawing the chest open, lifting the heart, and just stretching out across the front of the pecs as well, taking a nice deep breath there. Good, and exhale to release. And then bring your hand across and hold on to your ear. It doesn't matter which side you start on, but just give a gentle amount of pressure there and start to lengthen up through these scalene muscles here down the side of your neck. And you can give them a little rub, give them a little love, and release down. You can reach this arm down. You might want to tuck it underneath your shin. Just create some space through the side of your neck. Good. And then come to switch sides, so reaching the other arm across, giving a gentle amount of pressure, reaching that left ear down towards the shoulder, and opening the side of the body. I like to bring some awareness into all of these areas in my body before I start my practice. It just helps me to sort of wake everything up and connect. Good. And then releasing that, decide when you're ready. And then we'll come on around onto our hands and knees. So that nice work that you've done into your wrists, hopefully that's feeling nice and connected there. You can roll your arms towards the front of your mat and spread the fingers out wide. And then tuck the chin down and reach the top of the head towards the floor, and open up again through the chest, and just roll through a few cat-cows, stretching and opening through the back body. Good. And then we're going to keep that activation happening through the forearms, and tuck the toes under. And then let's lift the hips up and reach the heels down. You might walk back just a little bit and ease the hips, coming into your first downward facing dog. Check in with the palms of the hands. Spread the fingers wide. And then draw the weight up through the sitting bones. Turn the sitting bones towards the ceiling.
and reach the heels down towards the mat. Tuck the chin and draw the scapula down the spine. And then reach the rib cage down and in so that you're creating some length through the waist. Take a deep inhalation and step your feet forward towards your hands. And reach the breath in, expand the sides of the rib cage, and exhale, release down. And then take a nice deep breath in and reach the arms all the way up. Keep the belly engaged, keep the shoulders soft. And exhale, coming all the way back down. And then let's breathe and move. Inhale and lift the arms. And exhale, fold the body. Soften the head and neck and shoulders. Inhale, reach your hands to your shins and lengthen. If you're more flexible, you might reach your hands all the way to the floor. Plant your hands down, step your feet back, come into plank. And again, roll the inner arms towards the front of the mat, spread the fingers wide, and reach the shoulder blades down the spine. Drop to the mat with your knees if you need to, or if you're feeling nice and strong, you can lower all the way down. Inhale, coming into upward facing dog. And if you need to modify upward facing, you can come onto the elbows and reach the heart towards the front of the mat instead. Stay relaxed in the shoulders rather than drooping down. Stay lifted and open in the heart. Take another deep breath here. And then exhale and move your weight all the way back, rolling through into downward facing dog. Tuck the chin again, release the neck. Draw the inner arms towards each other and lift the sitting bones high. Earth down through the heels. And breathe into the sides and the back of the ribcage. Focus on the rhythm of your breath. Feel the inhalation. Feel the exhalation. And notice the space in between. Allow your body to settle here as you begin your practice. Inhale, step your feet forward. And exhale, release your body down. Inhale again. And reach all the way up. And exhale, coming back down. Stay lifted in the abdomen. Inhale, extending up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting the heart, lengthening the spine. Plant the hands down, step the feet back. Roll the inner arms forward, lower the body down. Inhale, coming up, upward facing, or come onto the elbows. Drop down through the hip flexors and reach them towards the front of the mat. Elongate and lift the heart and draw the shoulder blades down. Feel free to spend a bit of time in upward facing dog. Create some freedom there in your chest and upper back. And then turning the hips around, lifting into downward facing dog. Breathing nice and deep. Checking again with the forearms, rolling them towards the front of the mat, reaching the shoulder blades down the spine. Inhale again and step the feet forward. Exhale and fold the body down. And inhale, lift. Keep the belly drawn in. Take the arms all the way up. Keep the shoulders soft. And exhale, coming back down. Breathing in again. Breathing out, folding forward, soften the knees, relax the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the heart. Bring the palms down, roll the elbows towards the front of the mat, and if you'd like to, you can hop your feet back this time, coming into plank. Engage through the abdomen, lower slowly down, and inhale, come up. Exhale, move back. Breathing here. Deep, long, and even inhalations and exhalations. Good. On the next inhalation, reaching the gaze towards the front of the mat. Come on up onto the toes, soften the knees, and you can step or you might hop your feet forward, releasing down. And inhale again, coming all the way up. Reaching the arms up, connecting the palms. Exhale, coming back down. Last one. Take a deep inhale, lifting the arms. Exhale, folding, releasing through the hamstrings with each of these forward folds. Inhale to lift. Plant the palms and exhale. Step, or you can hop your feet back. Lower the body slowly down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, moving back. Breathing here. Reaching the heels out and down. Turning the sitting bones up towards the ceiling. Breathing. Nice, deep, even breaths. Use the next inhalation. Come up onto the toes. Soften the knees and step or hop your feet forward. Exhale, releasing the body down. And inhale, slowly, gently coming up. Exhale, coming back down. Taking a deep inhalation, bend down into the knees until you find a release through the back of the heels, and then keep bending the knees down. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, reach the fingers towards the floor, lift the sitting bones, extend out through the back of the legs, and inhale, lift the heart. Plant the palms down, roll the elbows towards the front of the mat, step the feet back, lower the body down. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, moving back. And dropping down onto the knees. Find a nice neutral position in the pelvis, engaging into the low belly, and then stepping the right foot forward, coming into a lunging position. Take a deep inhalation and reach the hips forward, releasing into the left hip flexor, softening through the back of the right hamstring. Spread the toes wide and make sure that the front shin is vertical. And then you can stay with your hands down, leaving the weight on the fingertips. Or if you would like to, you can come up, drawing the navel in and reach the arms all the way up overhead. Keep the shoulders soft, keep the hips moving forward. Taking a breath here, then exhale, reaching all the way back down. And walking the foot out towards the right side of the mat, bring both hands to the inside of the foot. And then as you start to open that right knee out towards the outside of the mat, you can allow the inside of the foot to lift. So you're getting a nice opening through the inside of the right thigh. Stay up on the fingertips if you wish, or you can fold all the way down onto the elbows. Take some nice deep breaths here. Stay relaxed in the glutes and soft in the shoulders. Breathing nice and deep. Taking the awareness to the breath in each pose. Letting your mind focus on the inhalation and the exhalation. And take another deep breath here. Release. And then slowly, gently coming up, walking that foot back into center. Take another inhalation, stay on the fingertips if you wish, or reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, coming back down. This time we're gonna walk the foot across to the right side of the mat, dropping that knee down, and then coming to square both hips towards the front of the mat, sitting down into this right hip here. If you're quite tight, you might slide a blanket or a pillow underneath your hip to give you some support. You can stay up on the fingertips, or if you're more flexible, you might come down onto the elbows, or you might fold all the way forward onto the forehead. Find your breath, soften the body. Good. Taking one last deep breath here. And then slowly coming up onto the fingertips, lifting the heart forward. And tucking the toe under, spread the fingers wide, lifting the weight all the way back. Moving into downward facing dog. Take a moment here to realign, releasing down through the heels and up through the sitting bones. And then slowly coming back down onto the knees. Take a moment and just roll the hips out, moving side to side. And then moving the left knee forward. Coming into the other side. So you might stay with your fingers down on the mat. Stay up on your fingertips. Relaxing the shoulders down, moving the hips forward, and just check and make sure the front shin is vertical. Pick the toes up and spread them wide. And release gently into this right hip flexor. Take another deep breath here. And then stay with the fingers down, or inhale and lift the arms all the way up overhead, stabilizing through the core. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Breathe. Stay relaxed in the glutes. And then exhale, reach the arms down and start to walk the foot towards the left side of the mat. Bring both hands to the inside of that foot. And then drop the knee out towards the outside of the mat and come to lift the inside of the left foot this time. Breathing nice and deep. Again, you can stay up on the hands, or if you're more flexible, you might drop down to the elbows. Breathing here. Soften and open. And keep the mind focusing on the breath. Keep it simple. Good. Inhale and lift back up. Coming all the way back up onto the fingers and walking the foot back to center. Spreading the toes wide, taking an inhalation and lift the arms all the way back up. One more time, releasing through the front of that hip. And then exhale, reach the hands down, walking the foot across, dropping the left knee down towards the mat. And again, coming up onto the fingertips, you can stay here. Or you might exhale and fold forward, coming onto the elbows, or all the way down onto the forehead. There's a good amount of sensation and release. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. Breathing nice and deep. Letting go of any tension in that area. Feeling your way through the side of the glute and down the back of the leg. Taking another deep breath here, sinking a little bit deeper down. And then slowly, gently coming back up. Spreading the fingers wide, distributing the weight through the hands. Tuck the toe under at the back. Stay lifted in the navel. And step both feet through, lifting the sitting bones high. Reach the head down and the heels down. And keep sending the hips up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath here. And exhale, release. Good. Inhale, stepping the feet slowly, gently forward towards the hands. And exhale, releasing the body all the way down. Soften the knees if you need to, and come to stand on the hands, distributing the weight evenly through the feet. Give yourself a little massage with the toes, pushing into the backs of the wrists, and then working the inner arms towards each other. Draw the shoulder blades away from the spine, and come to straighten the knees any amount. Then relax the elbows back down and keep turning the top of the head towards the floor and stretching out through the back of the knees. Stay with the breath. Stay relaxed in the shoulders. Tuck the chin and lengthen the back of the neck. Take another deep breath. Find another millimeter. And then release the hands. Engage the abdomen, and once more, invigorate more, and lift all the way back up, coming to a standing position. And take a step out to the right side, rotating the right foot around and reaching out with the right arm. Coming slowly down to catch the right shin, rotating the hip open and drawing the torso towards the ceiling, lifting the left arm. You can keep the hand on the shin, or if you're more flexible, you might reach down for the toe. Rather than collapsing the body forward, lift it and open it so that the fingers are in line, and there's one line from the fingers to the other fingers. Inhale and come up. Stay strong in the legs. Rotate the feet, externally rotating the thighs, and draw that line again from the little finger of the left hand this time to the little finger of the right hand. Reach it down to the shin. Rotate the torso and the hip. Stay soft in the shoulders and invigorated through the legs. Breathing nice and deep. And again, inhaling, coming up. And then bringing the hands down onto the hips, spreading the feet out nice and wide, taking an inhalation to lift and an exhalation to fold forward. Reach the fingertips down towards the floor. Take an inhalation here to lengthen and exhale, fold. Keep turning the sitting bones high. And then walking the hands back, turning the top of the head towards the floor. And keep lifting from the sitting bones, turning them towards the ceiling. Breathing here. Good. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, bringing the hands onto the hips. Inhale, coming all the way up, releasing the arms out wide. Interlacing the fingers behind the back, draw the chest open, lift the heart. As you exhale, coming forward, this time reaching the little fingers down towards the floor. Relaxing through the head and neck and shoulders. Keep spreading the weight through the toes and the heels, distributing it evenly. Releasing the shoulders down. Take another deep breath here. And inhale, slowly coming up. Stay invigorated in the abdomen. Release the arms. Release the hands into the hips. Lift. Exhale, forward. And coming down to catch the big toes. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And inhale one more time, lifting. Exhale, hands to hips. Enhance the lift in the abdomen. Come all the way up. Releasing the arms and stepping the feet together, coming back up to the front of the mat. Taking a nice deep inhalation, lifting. And exhale, folding all the way forward. Inhale to lengthen. Plant the hands down, spread the fingers wide, step the feet back. Lower down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, moving back. Taking a deep inhalation, lifting the gaze, and stepping the feet through. Coming into a seated position now. Extending the legs out in front, spreading the fingers wide, lifting the heart. Create some space in the rib cage as you exhale and fold forward. You might hold onto the back of the shins, or you might reach for the ankles or the backs of the feet. Take one more big inhale and exhale, fold the body forward. Stay soft in the shoulders, lifted in the heart. Keep the ambition out of the pose. So meet yourself where you are today. Feel your way into your body. Taking another inhalation and exhaling a little bit deeper. inhale, coming up, lifting. And exhale, releasing. Taking the soles of the feet together, dropping the knees apart. Taking the hands down, bringing the elbows onto the knees and taking a gentle forward fold here. Reaching the forehead down towards the top. You can keep a gentle amount of pressure on the hips and allow them to open up towards the floor. Use the elbows and the knees to draw the knees apart. Keep the shoulders soft and the heart reaching forward, keeping that nice, easy, soft approach. Good, and inhale to come up. We're going to take a little stretch for our toes here, so I'm going to come around to face you this way. What we're going to do is we're going to open up the toes individually. So we're going to weave our toes together. You're going to take one over top of the other, and you're going to come to fold them all together, just like that, to create a little bit of space in between each of the toes. So it's kind of like folding your fingers, but we're going to be doing it with our toes. And this is just to create a little bit of space. If you imagine every day walking in your shoes and your feet are scrunching together, this is an opportunity for us to just open up the toes a little bit. And then we can come back and push down onto the elbows onto the knees again. And take a nice deep breath and release that. Good, and then inhale and come up. Unwinding. And then we'll weave them through the opposite direction. So starting with the next toe that was on the bottom and switching it so that you're one up. And then you'll have the weave going in the other direction. And again, so imagine that you're folding your fingers, but just folding the toes instead. And taking a nice deep breath, releasing the knees down and opening up through the hips. Take some nice deep breaths to release, soften, and open. Good. Taking some nice love and attention to your toes and to your feet. Unwinding through there, giving that a little bit of a wriggle and a shake and opening up the bottoms of the feet. Good. And now that they're nice and relaxed and released, turning the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, let's take one more gentle forward fold here. Opening the hips up. Good. And if you're finding there's a bit of pain in your knees, feel free to put something underneath the knees as well to give you some support. Good, and then inhale, slowly, gently coming up and rolling the knees together. And giving yourself a little hug, so bringing the forehead down towards the knees, wrapping the arms around, and just releasing through the back of the body. Tucking the chin. Good, and then we're going to come to roll all the way down onto the mat, spreading the feet wide and extending out through the bottoms of the feet, spreading the toes, and then bringing the hands down onto the floor, relaxing through the shoulders, engaging through the low belly, starting to lift the hips up towards the ceiling, draw the pelvic floor up and in, engaging in the abdomen, stretching the front of the body, and exhale, lowering down again. Check and make sure that your heels are turning apart. And inhale, rounding up again, draw the navel in, lift the pelvic floor, draw the pubic bone towards the ceiling. Stay relaxed in the glutes. Interlace the fingers and push the wrists down, coming up a little bit higher this time. Creating some freedom in the upper back. Exhale, slowly, gently coming back down. Taking a breath. Keep the toes spreading wide. And inhale, lifting one more time. Keep the knees drawing in, the heels drawing apart, and interlace the fingers, stabilizing through the pelvis, using the quadriceps to open the front body. Breathe, lifting the heart towards the back of the mat. And exhale, slowly, gently coming all the way back down. Hugging the knees in towards the chest, releasing the spine, rocking side to side. And then taking the knees a good wide distance apart, wrapping the feet around the hands around the outside of the feet, and relax the shoulders down away from the ears, opening through the low back. Imagine you're squatting on the ceiling, so you're pushing the ceiling away with your feet and drawing the feet down with your arms. Take another nice deep breath here, releasing the back body. And then coming to wrap your toes around, your fingers around your toes, straightening the legs up. Keep drawing the low back down and opening up through the heels. And then bringing the legs all the way back around, giving yourself a good squeeze here. And then coming to extend the legs all the way out in front. Turning the palms up to face the ceiling, relaxing the ankles out. Allowing the feet to splay open. Take a nice deep breath down into the abdomen and exhale fully. Allow the eyes to close. From behind your closed eyes, softening the gaze down towards the tip of your nose. Take your shoulders and reach them down away from your ears and find a nice long sensation through the back of the neck. Feel the weight of your skull sinking down into the mat and relax the place between your eyebrows, softening the forehead. Take some nice deep breaths here. And as you breathe, feel the weight of your body sinking down into the mat. Relax your fingers and relax your toes. Feel your entire body relaxing and softening. As you spend some time here, take this time to find the good things in your life. To breathe a breath of gratitude, acceptance, and joy at the way your life is just right now, in this moment. Let go of the woulds and the coulds and the shoulds, and replace them instead with calm, steady, and even breath. Allow a sense of peace to move through your body. And allow that sense of gratitude and acceptance to spread in through your mind. And remember that acceptance and gratitude doesn't mean we stop working for things or wanting to change things or wanting things to get better. It means that we are okay with where we're at. We're okay with this person, this body, this moment. It's our starting point. When we start from there, our cup is full and things can only get better. So take another deep breath into that space. Fill your cup with another breath. Find a soft smile to match the soft and gentle feeling that you have in your body. When you're ready, you can start to wriggle your fingers and your toes. Feel free to stay in your relaxation for as long as you wish. When you're ready, extending the arms up overhead and hugging the knees in towards the chest, coming to open the eyes. Take your time waking up. And in your own time, going to roll off onto the right side and making your way back up into a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. It was lovely to see you. We'll see you next time.